season. Cartoon Channel for Best Children Entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
A very great morning to you watching Western Television, wherever you're catching the show live from. You're most welcome. 23 minutes past the hour of 7 a.m. My name is Denis and it is Kokoliriko that comes away every Monday through Friday. And today happened to be Thursday, 4th of May 2023. And wherever you're catching the show live from, you're most welcome. Those who are catching us live within Western Sub-region, we do appreciate you very much, and we thank you very much for joining us this morning. Those who are catching us live from that is Asholi Sub-region, we thank you and we do appreciate you. Not forgetting the Lao Sub-region and Teso Sub-region, and we thank you very much. And Karaboja region, thank you very much for always waking up with Western Television, and not forgetting my brothers and sisters in the district of Bulisa, Hoima Masindi, we thank you, we do appreciate you. And Uganda at large, thank you very much. Welcome aboard, and it is Kokoliriko, and we are coming to you live from the broadcast house of Western Television right here in Arua City, plot 39A, Weatherhead Park Lane. Those who are catching us live from that is the Zuku satellite channel 0073. We thank you very much and we do appreciate you. Not forgetting those who are catching us live on Star Time, satellite dish channel 477. We thank you very much. And those who are catching us live using our YouTube page, we thank you. And those who are following us live using the different platforms of Western Television, Twitter handle, YouTube, and not forgetting Facebook as well. And we thank you. And those who are following us live from the WhatsApp group of Western Television, we thank you very much. Keep dropping your comments, and we shall also be able to really sample those comments that you'll be dropping right there. Okay, right here, viewer, we will be able to start with the local stories that we have right here in Western Sub-region before we dive into what is happening at the national level and what is happening internationally. And do not forget, towards the end of this particular show today, I will be able to give you some sports update that you need to know this morning before the whistle time that comes your way every Monday through Saturday from the hour of that is 2 to 3 with Fudribo Owen together with Lady Susie, not forgetting Benson right there as they make the analysis. My work will only be giving you the updates in the world of sports, and so that you get to know what is happening politically, socially, economically, and also in the world of sport as well. And so let's start with the stories that we have right here from Western Sub-region. You have to know that yesterday the whole world commemorated the World Press Freedom Day, and so as a media house, we cannot just sit and watch the world commemorating World Press Freedom Day. Then also as a journalist, I have also to take part in in commemorating the World Press Freedom Day. And so we have to look into the plight of the journalists as well, and so how are they being treated? Is what they are getting as salary or as a facilitation is commensurate to what they are doing? You have to know that the media is being considered to be the fourth estate of the government, and so government cannot work alone without media, and so that's why it is important that the media freedom has to be granted. And in most cases in our country, Uganda, we have seen police having running battles with the journalists that we do have, but I have to tell you that the West Nile Police have commended journalists for their, professionalism in the work that they are doing, and they have said that they have never, had a crossroad with the journalists here in Western Sub-Region, and this has been confirmed by the police spokesperson for Western Sub-Region, Madam Josephine Anguchia, right there. If my producer can give us that particular video clip of the police spokesperson commending the work of the journalists here in Western Sub-Region, it will be a great deal. Thank you very much. Let's have more. All right, as the producer gets the video right there, you have to know that in Kampala, journalists were able also to gather to share their experiences and what they are going through. And yesterday at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda did say that the journalists need to be paid well by the media house owners. And the good thing is that the majority of the media houses that we do have in Uganda are people who are well placed, and so sometimes you wonder why people are not being well paid, especially the journalists who are really working formally. You have to know that there are those that are formally employed and there are those who are freelancers, and so these people are paid differently. And so yesterday the Shadow Minister for ICT and National Guidance, that is none other than Honorable Joyce Bagala, did take to Parliament of the Republic of Uganda the plight of the journalists. Also, her being a journalist who also formerly worked with one of the local television stations that we have in our country, Uganda, she did really stress it to the House yesterday. And so I believe that those who own the media houses, they were able to listen to the submissions that were given by the honorable members of parliament in regards to the plight of the journalists, more especially when it comes to their working condition. They need to be treated well, they need to be paid well. And the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda did say that if journalists are not paid well, it compromises their work and they end up getting kickbacks and also getting handouts. And once somebody has gotten handouts, it really compromises on that story that the person will be writing. So the person's objectivity to the story will be wanting, and the person ends up siding with the person who has been able to facilitate him or her. And so that is where we always find ourselves as journalists, and which is unprofessional. And so what need to be done? The media houses that these journalists work for should really cater for their welfare properly, so that they are able to really continue to do their work professionally. And that is what I can really say this morning. If my producer can give us Madam Josephine Anguchia, the police spokesperson for Western Sub-Region, commending the work of journalists in regards to facilitating their work as well, because without information reaching to the Wananchi, it becomes very hard for the security operatives in our country, Uganda, to operate, because they need to get information so that it helps them in their investigations that they always do. Let's have more on that.
World Press Freedom Day. I would like to congratulate all the media practitioners and appreciate their critical role of informing the public, imparting knowledge, as well as creating awareness. We reiterate our commitment in strengthening, and we reiterate our commitment in strengthening the protective cover and space for all the journalists in the country. So as police of West Nile region, we really observe this Press Freedom Day, and we pledge our commitment in ensuring that this press freedom is not violated in any way. And as we have been seeing in West Nile region, generally the cooperation with the media practitioners has been so good. We have coordinated in many areas. We have enhanced our work in one way or the other. And when you look at the work of policing, especially the modern policing, cannot be complete minus the role of the media. As we do the policing, the media normally help us to inform members of public with what is required of them to do, and they also inform the public of the happenings at the various police stations, and they help us to educate members of the public on the laws of the country, as well as the lawful procedures which are expected. And besides that, the media help us to create awareness up to the grassroots. As the police, we will not be able to reach every village, every home on our own minus the media. So it is through the media houses or media centers that we are able to reach out up to the grassroots, up to every village. People are able to get the information, they are able to be sensitized with the help of the media. So for that matter, we really feel that it is necessary to cooperate with the media, to respect and create for them a space for them to operate freely without any oppression from us. We only appeal to our media practitioners that they should be as professional as possible, and then they should also be geared towards development of the country.
All right, we'll be back. You have listened to the Assistant Superintendent of Police, Madam Josephine Angusha, in regards to that is the World Press Freedom Day that was yesterday, 3rd of May 2023. It is commemorated every year, and so journalists gather to share their experiences and also the plights that they are in, and so that is something that you need to do. We do appreciate very much the police of West Nile and also sister security organizations for always working together with Western Television and also working with the journalists that we do have in the region. And we continue to employ you to always have a program with the television so that you're able to pass the information that you need to pass to the citizens of this country and those who are also non-citizens of this country as well, since Uganda host very many people from different countries who are really here. Some are as refugees, some they have come for business, and some are here are trying to seek asylum, and so we do also think about them as well. Which from that, let us get to Terego District, where the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyoshin Grace Freedom, was able to commission the aggregation center for the farmers who are in Terego district right there. And so this comes as a result of the intervention put by development put by Development Initiative for Northern Uganda, a DINO program, a Government of Republic of Uganda program with funding worth that is 133 million from the European Union, and implemented by Lutheran World Federation and other partners to benefit the farmers in Biliafe sub-county, Terego district, right here in Western sub-region. And the farmers have assured the State Minister for Northern Uganda of better price and good storage of their oil producing products that they will be producing out of this aggregation center that has been constructed with the funding from that is Development Initiative for Northern Uganda, that through the Office of the Prime Minister after securing funding from the European Union. And we do appreciate very much the effort of the government of the Republic of Uganda, more especially through the Office of the Prime Minister and also the Ministry in charge of Northern Uganda for some of these implementations that we are witnessing. Let us have more on that particular story.
I take the opportunity to open this facility for God and my country.
Before the project came in Biliafe, we do farming, but the farming was without knowledge. When this project of DINO came in, we got different knowledges in productivity, whereby a farmer has to learn from the demonstration garden. Now, reaching the second year, what you have learned from the demonstration garden was supposed to be transferred to your individual garden, in which we tried and we got the benefit. Now the machine, we shall add value, because we are basically dealing with the production of sunflower and the soybean. These are oil seeds, whereby you can get your grain, you go and add value on it in the machine. From there you sell your cooking oil, which would be much expensive than selling the grain, because a kilo of grain is 1,400 to 1,500.
Chumba baneji mani de amani ngasu de ayu mukaru ben amabienra de beri the transport yanisi afabani yari miji ngoni ade angwe zuru miji ngoni ade atande waro erida mani muka saris bana fatizo mani ne ade grupu ama ombani uni saris mani re ma bini masira aindi ma aombwangri sila jerisa ade kwata su nusu sakene kwata towil de mabi ni sendu suangiri kwani maza school fees a nusu silinga nda silinga turusu kadiro mani sunflower dozizu azini ma yandra wera runanane azina nda mbasalane
ye wa rwanda mani su denga basi irrigation center de kore odozi ile alifiri kalirisi amozo kando ridikira okay ama basto angoma aniyo arikiditi bamu understo azusu mane legal dia abejike ama produce kida aki over 1 man edro atekikite kilo ngwe sikite deni ili resource ayavini ba afadiki bakanda man store disidu amanda afadiki tradiara amandro du ko fe marketini mwiri ama fakite ya fandi au kuelersi emidini ya fari bangware ko bala loni ba ivujwa beto dini dile afade ongbongo pisiare ko tesa si diri ni azo di atirisi amadilo nga fari ko zora malukiti once bani do afa ongo tade de pibore banira school project de pia member family as business sira kini ba yo amvu ngwangirisi minga fesuele ni angiri mi development ye mi school fees of mi investment ye aggregation center di banisa sirisizo amanebo amotoke bani amerinira ikalusa se kalenda amotoke dale amvuwo sunflower yazo first season ya ale ya ngwangirisi amvuwo mani ya dale bore cha ekosu ya mange continue ibe ale kidi dia magasto atre tani angirisi amaseni sendo su amalio mavu dia redraw abiribe.
We were able to market over 500 tons last year of sunflower across board West Nile, but for Terego alone we marketed 38 tons of sunflower from Terego district, and this is coming from zero quantities to 38 tons.
Our farmers, the number of these farmer groups now created and being supported. We would want to see competition among yourselves in terms of who is creating more wealth in terms of these level programs. Program winds up. I want to pray that you are simply going to reorganize and come in another form. What does that mean? I have seen our people slowly are beginning to pop up in terms of creating for themselves livelihood and wealth. So we need to leave this middleway. And as the program closes, as I said, we're a new district, the challenges are huge. I am happy, Honorable Minister, to report that even if I'm called at midnight and I wake up from sleep, I will narrate all the achievements of Dinu in this district. It's because of the level of transparency And if
I'm happy that we are going to produce, we are going to store, we are going to process, we are going to add value to our produce. So next time we come, we are going to see some good bottled cooking oil made in Biliafe. That is my appreciation. We shall eat some of it in our foods, but we shall sell so that we get money. That is why government has come up with PDM to boost production. So the leaders who are here, I expect you to keep this program together. I'll expect you to mobilize many more other farmers so that we can have the stores full all the time. Because there are also challenges where you can have 1 month, the store is full, the next month, there's nothing in the store. For the next 5 months until the next season. So please mobilize so that you have a constant supply of produce, and then you process all the time, and then you'll always have your goods. So ownership, please keep together. Even when Dino is winding up, for you, you will not wind up. For you, you must keep together. And possibly, it may be you, not even our words. When I hear, I think we should extend it for another period, it will now be you to speak. It's no longer us. Because we can say, but if we come down and we find that you are not together, you're not producing, then there'll be no reason for extension. The community leaders, the farmers, I want to appeal to you that our next intervention will depend on how successful you are, will depend on how you have owned this project, will depend on how you multiply or sensitize others to join. That will be the basis.
All right, appreciations to that is the European Union, the funder for this particular project or program that is being rolled out in northern Uganda, and appreciations to that is the government of the Republic of Uganda for really opening up for European Union to to sponsor some of the programs that are being implemented, and not forgetting the Office of the Prime Minister and the Office of the Minister for Northern Uganda as well, and all the Dino Secretariat staff, and we do appreciate them for this effort that they have really put on ground. And this is all geared towards chasing poverty from our household, coupled with the parish development model that is being rolled out. And I believe that the people will be able to implement this particular program very, very well. And you have to know also that the partners who were on ground to see that the project is fully implemented, we also do appreciate you, the Lutheran World Federation, together with the DCA, Danish Church Aid, and not forgetting Mokwano groups of companies that also came on board to see that the oil seeds, is really taken up by the farmers that we do have in Western Sub-region. Away from Terego district, let us get to Arua district, where the officials of Arua district local government were able to hand over the construction of that is operating theatre, laboratory, 4-unit staff house, and VIP latrine at Bondo Health Center to that is Miss Bluge Engineering and Associates Limited. At a cost of that is a 995 million Uganda shillings under what we call the Development Response to Displacement Impacts project that is a Dr. Deep being implemented in the refugee hosting district. So Arua district has got around 10 sub-projects that are being implemented under Dr. Deep projects here in West Nile. And so the construction of these facilities at the Bondo Health Center 4 is also part of the sub-projects that are being implemented under Dr. Deep. And so the construction works were handed over to that is Miss Bluge Engineering and Associates Limited right there. And so as I do talk right now, the construction work has reached around 40 to 50%. And according to the LC5 chairperson, Arua District, he says that the contractor should really be able to do quality work at Bondo Health Center 4, and that is the only health center 4 that we have in Arua District. For your information, Arua District is not having the hospital, and they're looking forward to seeing that they upgrade Bondo to become the district hospital, or to propose a site where the district hospital can be constructed. But for now, Bondo Health Center 4 need to be upgraded. Bondo Health Center 4 need to be facelifted, and that's why the construction of these facilities are taking place. And we do appreciate very much that is the Office of the Prime Minister and also the Government of the Republic of Uganda, not forgetting the World Bank, for sponsoring these particular projects that are being implemented. Let us have more on that particular story. Good morning.
Arua district leaders have called upon the contractor constructing operating theatre, laboratory block, 4-unit staff house and VIP latrine at Bondo Health Center 4 to adhere to the set project completion deadlines. With the funding under the Development Response to Displacement Impacts, Dr. D project, the construction works was contracted to Miss Bluge Engineering and Associates Limited at a cost of 995,903,160 Ugandan shillings. Engineer Theo Williams Oda, the district engineer for Arua district, says he is optimistic about the work because of frequency of the close supervision of Dr. Deep engineer and the district engineer.
Facilities included in this contract, as we have seen, the operating theatre, the laboratory block, the 4-unit staff housing, then the VIP latrines drainable outside there. We have moved with this work so far effectively. The contract was signed in January, with some small features here and there, but where we have now reached, the work is now so far progressing well. With the contractor already setting the superstructure walls, I don't now see any reason why they should delay, especially if they have mobilized for the work. The work is co-supervised by the Dr. Deep Engineering Assistant Henry, and myself, Engineer Theo William Taylor Duck, the district engineer. We have ensured that our presence is here.
Alfred Madima, the Health Facility Management Committee chairperson for Bondo Health Center 4, urged the contractor to proceed with the project work and ensure that the completion is within the contracted period.
The framework for this project is for 6 months, but if it's not done within that framework, I know some of the discussions will be done there, how to see that the work get finished. If the site was officially handed over to the contractor, some of these challenges were going to be shared and discussed with him. Some solutions were going to be given to him in an advanced way, so that some of these forthcoming challenges have been sorted out. But the matters were not battled off. The project has reached at the stage where it can go a bit faster.
The local council 3 chairperson, Arrivo Sub-County, where the health facility is located, hails Development Response to Displacement Impact Project Dr. Deep for catering for the people of Arrivo by choosing Bondo Health Center 4 to benefit from the funding.
And Dr. Deep, actually, it has done a lot to deal Arrivo, but this is one of the tangible projects we're trying to set up, which actually we shall like to remember, even when we're not there.
Despite having nice facilities being put up at the Health Center 4, the health center lacks fence to provide security for the facilities being constructed, something the Health chairperson puts forward to the district leadership of Arua and urges the district to make follow-up on the pledge made by Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited to fence the health facility as part of their corporate social responsibility.
To fence this place. As UTCL, who had promised us, at least we want to say that some of this place will be finished. If not, at least half must be covered. I'm trying to request that if it goes at your door, please, this place needs to be fenced so that we can protect this facility.
Alfredo Kwonzi, the LC5 chairperson Arua district, during his visit to the construction site, which he called belated official site handover, called upon the contractor to pay local material suppliers to full and employ 98% of local skilled and unskilled laborers. He further urged the contractor to offer financial literacy training and to ensure regular health checks of the laborers.
If you want to know the qualities of our people, subject them to money. Even those who did not have girlfriends will begin thinking of having one. Even those who are married will feel that they need another one because there's enough disposable income. This applies to both my people and engineer your people. So what services are you getting from the health center here is my interest. You should have tested them. Of those you have brought here, how many are living with HIV? I need that baseline information.
The construction of these facilities at Bondo Health Center 4 is one of the 10 sub-projects Arua district is benefiting from. Development Response to Displacement Impact Project, Dr. Deep. Denis Oringi, Western Television, Nilecast.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back, and we do appreciate you very much for still watching Western Television up to this particular time. 8 minutes to the top of the hour, over 8 AM right on Western Television. My name is Denis Oringi, and that is Bondo Health Center for the construction work going on right there, being sponsored by Dr. Deep right there. And so we do appreciate very much the leadership of Arua District for lobbying for that health center 4. And I believe that other district leaders are also doing the same. I want to see also the districts like Zombo, Nebi, Pakwash are also taking up on such projects. Unfortunately, they are not a part of those districts that are benefiting from Dr. Deep because they do not host refugees. They do host refugees, but on a low scale. I need to be corrected here because we have refugees from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo crossing to Pakwash, crossing to Debi, and also crossing to Zombo. And during the visit of the President of the Republic of Uganda and also the ministers, the Prime Minister was here, and some people were able to put some questions. Why Zombo district is not part of the districts hosting refugees? And the answers were not given. I need to be reminded. The answer was not given. But I believe that the answer will be given later on. I remember 2 years back and before COVID-19, before COVID-19 in 2019, when there was influx of refugees in Zombo district, and so the Alur Kingdom, together with the office of the State Minister for Northern Uganda, wrote to the OPM, more especially to the Ministry of Disaster Relief and refugees, to see that Zombo district be considered a refugee hosting district by hosting those refugees from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Unfortunately, the refugees were whisked away from Zombo district and taken to the Imvepi refugee settlements, and also some of the refugee settlements that have been established already in Western Sub-region, making Zombo district to miss out from that particular slot of hosting refugees. And I believe that next time we need to think about that. And this reminds me of Adusi Primary School that is in Zombo district, that is the reception center for the refugees from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo who always cross to Uganda via Zombo district, and these people are being received at Adusi Primary School. Unfortunately, the condition of the school is appalling, and I believe that the office of the Prime Minister will be able to look into that issue, and something need to be done for that particular school. If we extend around 300 million to that school just for a facelift, because it is a reception center for the refugees from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, more especially those who always cross via Golaju, a trading center that is in Aka sub-county and also Zeu sub-county right there. And so I believe the office of the Prime Minister will be able to work together with the office of the State Minister for Northern Uganda to see that Adusi Primary School that is in Zombo district is improved in terms of its status, because it is a reception center for the refugees. I can remember the UNHCR together with other partners were able to go and register the refugees from there. Unfortunately, few refugees were picked and others were left behind. I can still remember vividly. I still have the picture in my mind, and I still have the information even archived, in regards to the refugees from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. And you have to know that the fight in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo continues, and that means that Zombo district will continue to receive even the refugees. And so why can't we consider this district along the border points as a refugee hosting district, so that such projects like Dr. Deep and they can also be able to benefit from that, apart from only considering those that are really hosting refugees right there in the settlements. And so we also do have scattered settlements that are not known. There are many people from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo who are really staying with their relatives, staying with friends, in the district of Nebi, Pakwach, Zombo. And these people have to go to these government health facilities to get the same services that the nationals are really getting from the government facilities that we do have. And this brings a lot of constraint to the resources that have been budgeted for the citizens of the Republic of Uganda. And so government should really be able to engage the partners like UNHCR to see that such districts are really considered when it comes to benefiting from some of these particular projects. Away from that, let's get to the western part of this country, where the issue of floods is really getting serious. And so the Uganda Red Cross Society has warned that at least 40 districts are at risk of suffering consequences of the prevailing rainy season in the country. And so according to authorities, the districts likely to be affected those around lake basins and the ones with both high and low land areas such as Western, West Nile and eastern parts of Uganda. And so as people of West Nile, we need to be ready to welcome any disaster that will really befall us in terms of floods. And so West Nile has been here marked as one of the disaster prone area in terms of the continuous rain that we receive. And so if you begin witnessing flooding, you have to know that it is in regards to what is currently happening. As I do talk right now, allow me to bring to your attention what is happening around the bank of River Ora, that is in Madiokolo and also Pakwach district, where a number of farmers are really, are crying for of what the flood is doing to their farms, more especially the flood that is, flooding at River Ora. So farmers are really losing a lot of their food crops that they have planted, and so they are seeking the intervention of the government of the Republic of Uganda to come to their aid, and they are blaming the bursting of River Ora banks to the continuous construction of the irrigation scheme that is in Wadlai sub-county right there. And so they are really trying to seek the intervention of the government of the Republic of Uganda to say that either they are compensated or that project of the Wadlai irrigation scheme be put to halt because of its risk that is causing to their farms. And so this is something that I need to bring to your attention this morning. And for those who works with the ministry in charge of disaster preparedness, you have to be ready to welcome any petition that will be written by the farmers who are really having their gardens along the banks of River Ora, that side of Madiokolo and Pakwach district. But nonetheless, the Wadlai irrigation scheme is a very good project that need to be embraced because as a region we always experience dry season, more especially in the month of November, December, January, February. And I have to tell you that this year in the month of January and February, there are farmers in Wadlai who were really seriously involving themselves in farming. And so that is one of the advantages of the irrigation scheme that is being constructed right side, that side of Wadlai sub-county in Pakwach district. Away from that, you have to know that the warning follows consecutive fatal incidents in which at least 11 people have already been killed by floods resulting from heavy downpour in Kigezi sub-region. And so in a statement by Irene Nakasita, who is the spokesperson of Uganda Red Cross Society, she said that in Kisoro district alone, 6 people have been confirmed dead as a result of floods that is really ravaging the district right that side. And so we need to be prepared as we continue to receive rain at this particular time. It is exactly 8 a.m. right on Western Television. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, Kokoliriko show continues thereafter. My name is Denis, and we are coming to you live from the broadcast house of Western Television here in Anyafio, plot 39A, Weather in Park Lane. Western Television, we are coming to live both on StarTime and also on Zuku, satellite channel 0073 for your information. And you can as well get yourself Zuku Television and also get yourself at StarTimes as well. And so you continue following us. And for those who can really download a StarTime app on their smartphone, you can do the same so that you catch us wherever you are. Even if you're in your vehicle, you are traveling from one place to another, and also when you're in your office, you will be able to follow the conversations that we always have right here on Western Television, plus other programs that always come to your attention each and every time that we hit your screen right there. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on StarTimes this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Markula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with StarTimes. StarTimes is regulated by UCC.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, we'll be back. You are still watching Western Television. My name is Denis Oringi, and it is already 3 minutes past over 8 a.m. And let's get to what is happening at the national level. I have to tell you that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has eulogized the late retired Colonel Charles Engola. And yesterday he wrote a letter to Ugandans. And he says, in his letter, allow me to read the letter here. He says, "The fellow Ugandans, condolences on the death of Colonel retired Charles Engola. Colonel retired Charles Engola was a lion. I first saw him in Lubiri Barracks before it was returned to the Kabaka, manning a 14.5mm anti-aircraft gun in 1986. Later he became an infantry commander in the Minakulu area. This is when he got his Mash Odwogo name. It is a praised name that the people of Lao gave him, and Mash in our Luo language means fire, and Duogo means coming back. And so the peasants who gave him the praised name meant that when he took command of the army in the area, people were able to make fire again in order to cook, warm themselves. Before Okello defeating the Coin terrorists in the area. People were in hiding, fearing to make a fire so that the terrorists do not see the fire and come for them. And so on account of that popularity, he was elected LC5 chairman and eventually a member of parliament. And I was very happy to appoint him a minister of state. His killing by his bodyguard was a big crime to patriotism in Uganda. We would have hunted him to exact justice on him, and unfortunately he took his life. Hence we did not have that opportunity, and so there is an ongoing investigation. I await the conclusion of that investigation before I comment on the security of public officials and the mistakes made and how we will rectify them. Signed by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, General, retired, President Sabalwanyi. The letter was signed yesterday on 3rd of May 2023. And so this is the official letter written by President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the boss of the former late Charles Engola, right there. And so That is something that is what you have to know right there. Let's move away from that. We get to more stories right here this morning. You have to know that a state minister in charge of Northern Uganda, Honorable Grace Freedom Kyoshwin, has warned government leaders in the districts against limiting the active participation of grassroots citizens in government programs. A few people receive invitations on excuses of inadequate funds, and this is what is happening at different district local governments that we have in our country, Uganda. You find that people who are invited to always attend maybe, trainings on government programs are limited in number. The excuse that the district officials give is that we don't have enough fund to cater for you, and this leaves out very many Ugandans in understanding the government programs that are being rolled out. And I did say sometimes back that the problem that we have in our country, Uganda, is that those who have the information tend to sit on the information, and they tend to involve only some few individuals, and this create that environment where the opposition begin cropping up because they don't understand what government is doing. And so if government of the Republic of Uganda, through the ministries, departments, agencies and local governments that we do have, can really embrace the issue of information sharing, it will be a very good one. And so the State Minister for Northern Uganda has warned the district leaders who are fond of limiting the numbers of participants who are supposed to be involved in government program to really stay warned, and they should desist from that because they are affecting the implementation of the government programs that are being rolled out. And so for the district officials, the city officials, this has been sounded, and you have not to limit. Plan for them all, because there's money meant for them. There's nothing. Government does not only plan for 2 or 3 people, government plan for the masses. And why do you only plan for 20 people instead of planning for the masses that have been planted, that has been planted by government, I mean. And so why can't we really embrace the issue of information sharing? So if you find that you cannot really communicate to many people, we have the media platforms that we do have. How are you using the media platforms? The Office of the Resident District Commissioner has got what we call 1 hour airtime on all the media houses that we do have to communicate government programs. But this should not be used to really make accountability for some of the monies that are being sent for, communication in our districts. And so we need to say that we spend according to how the budget has been drawn. So it has also come to attention of the journalists and also the media houses that there are some government departments that have budget for for talk shows, for adverts, but they tend to hide hide behind the RDC 1 hour government hour, that is offered by the media houses to really make accountability for the money that is meant for adverts and talk shows right there. So let us not behave like that, but what we have to do, the bottom line here is that we have to involve the citizens actively in participating in government programs, not only involving few individuals as per the invitations that are always given right there. And so we thank you very much, dear viewer. Away from that, let's get to actually sub-region and Uganda at large, where former Member of Parliament Odonga Oto wanted for robbing businessmen, says police. It is not, says by me, Oringi Denis. And so police on Wednesday yesterday morning said that it has set a serious manhunt for former Member of Parliament former Member of Parliament Odonga to answer charges of aggravated robbery of businessmen and leading a group of vigilantes. And so in a statement by spokesperson Fred Enanga, the former legislator from the Aru constituency in Pade district was also captured on video while committing the crimes against shackled businessmen, but he has since gone on the run. And so quoting him verbatim, saying that Honorable Odonga Oto and a group of vigilantes who were armed with pangas and sticks are wanted after they were captured on video. viciously beating 3 victims who had gone to buy shako in one of the homesteads in Larogali village, Ata sub-county in Pade district in the April 30th, 2023 at around 3:30 p.m. The statement reads in part right there. And so the victims have been identified as Charles Semanda, Yusuf, Wagwana, and Takafa, a researcher who had reportedly loaded 12 bags of charcoal in their Fuso truck registration number UBA 600B. It is alleged that this group assaulted them using sticks and pangas and also robbed cash of shillings 1 point, that is 97,700, 1,097,700 shillings only from Charles Semanda, who was one of the business men right there. And so police also provided more details of how they vandalized the Fuso truck and stole 2 motor vehicle batteries, a motor vehicle radio, a hoofer, a motor vehicle key, and a tarpaulin right there. And so Nanga said that when the group released the victims, they reported the matter at Ata police station, and a serious manhunt for Odonga Oto and all his accomplices began. And so, according to the Aswa Territorial Police, the same group had earlier attacked one Charles Olara Okelo after he was found buying firewood while in his motor vehicle registration number UAP 516D along Lapula Ata Road in Ata sub-county, Pade district right there. And so the attackers robbed their phones and other belongings. They reported the matter at the Pajule police station in Pade district. And so police said that although the former member of parliament and his vigilantes claim they are an advocacy group that is enforcing a ban on shako trade in Asholi sub-region, their level of physical interaction is not only reckless and dangerous, but can lead to hate crimes in society. And so that is what is coming from the police in regards to manhunt for the former member of parliament for Aru constituency, Honorable Odonga Oto, who he said later on after landing on this statement by the police, he says that the date that has been mentioned by police, he was in Kampala. And so for him, what he can do is that he will be able to report by himself because he is fighting for his people in regards to protection of the environment, because the State Minister for Environment, that is Honorable Beatrice Anywa, who also hails from northern Uganda, Kitgum district, did make a pronouncement, and even government of the Republic of Uganda through the President of the Republic of Uganda made a statement in regards to protection of the environment. Even on Monday, you have to know that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, while as you know, celebrating the International Labour Day, he did say that he is coming for those who are really mismanaging the wetlands that we do have. And so Odongato is trying to say that the level at which the trees in Asholi sub-region is being depleted for shako is really too much. And who are the people who are encouraging this shako banning? Are the business people who go in, who go with the trucks and lorries, big lorries to ferry bags of shako from Asholi sub-region, are the one encouraging, banning of shako. And there are some people who go and rent, square miles of forest cover just to cut down the trees for shako. And he says that as a citizen of this country, as an Asholi, he will not be able to tolerate that to continue in his sub-region Asholi right there. Away from that, you have to know that Speaker Among urges media owners to pay journalists, and this is from the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Speaker Anita Anet Among. And so the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has called on media owners to ensure journalists and media workers are paid their hard-earned salaries as the world celebrates the World Press Freedom Day yesterday. And so among you have to know that Anita Anet Among made this call on Wednesday yesterday, 3rd May 2023, while making her communication to the House, and noted that poor or no pay has led to journalists not doing their work effectively, including reporting unfairly right there. So Among reiterated the need for media owners to pay journalists and media workers their salaries promptly, and promptly means on time. And so she urged media outlets to ensure that journalists are rewarded for their hard work, and that working conditions are improved in newsrooms. especially radio stations across the country. And so Among noted that unpaid salaries have been prevalent in many media outlets in the country, leading to journalists not exercising professionalism in their reporting right there. And I believe the media owners have got the information right. And so it's about them to implement. And also we encourage the journalists to continue with their work, and it is a calling. And so once you have been called by the Almighty who created you to do certain things, you have to put more effort. You shouldn't only mind about the money. You never know what you do will hand you in future. But this does not mean that the media house owners should not pay the journalists. They should really pay them promptly, because the journalists also have family members that they feed. They have houses that they rent, and they need to pay the rent, and they need to be transported. They need to look smart. More especially when you work on a television like me, you should always be smart. If you're not smart, nobody will be able to tune to watch the television right there. And so how can somebody be smart? It is through paying the person promptly and on time. And also the pay should be commensurate to what the person does, is what is coming right there from the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And so the Speaker was able to make her communication in regards to the issue that was raised by the Shadow Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Joyce Bagala, right there yesterday at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And many members of Parliament were able to second what the Shadow Minister of ICT, Joyce Bagala, was able to present on the floor of Parliament in regards to the plight of the journalists in our country, Uganda. All right, away from that, let us get to also Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Still, you have to know that women members of Parliament have debated the statement by Prime Minister Right Honorable Robin Anabanja yesterday on the police brutality against opposition women lawmakers right there. So the Prime Minister had informed the House that in all incidents, including stopping the Women's Day celebrations, the opposition women members of Parliament had not notified or cooperated with the police in organizing their functions. And so the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, says she is serious because he has served the country well and is patriotic. Speaker Right Honorable Annette Among has directed that the Prime Minister brings the statement on missing persons today, Thursday, 4th of May 2023. And this was after the leader of opposition at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Matthias Mpuga, attempts to block Prime Minister Right Honorable Robin Anabanja from presenting a statement on police brutality against opposition women members of Parliament last week, unless she tells the House the whereabouts of Noop supporter Honorable Shibalama, who has been missing for 2 years already. Honorable Matthias Mpuga has accused the Prime Minister of not being serious since she lied on camera sometimes back that she knows where Honorable Shibalama is. And so members of Parliament have noted that the resident district commissioners have been misusing their powers to take over the celebrations for Women's Day, and where the members of Parliament don't agree, they are brutally attacked by the police. And so Speaker Right Honorable Annette Among has urged members of Parliament not to fight with armed security personnel, but also demanded a report in a month's time from Minister for Presidency on which RDC's police officers have been brought to book in regards to brutality in our country, Uganda. And this was a conversation yesterday at the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And yesterday, Parliament did not really sit for long. They had few items on the order paper, and then later on it was adjourned by around 4 p.m. Not as it was the case in the past, where the Parliament would be adjourned at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. because of the busy schedule that appeared on the order paper right there. All right, let's still get to Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. You have to know that the COSASE members of Parliament on COSASE are demanding for answers from Higher Education Students Financing Board about the selection criteria used for the vulnerable students and those from poor districts. Now, from the information provided to the committee, the members of Parliament found that the lion's share of the student loans go to districts that are not poor. Do we have districts in Uganda that are not poor? And you know those districts? Let me tell you these districts that are not poor, as alluded by the members of parliament belonging to the Kosase committee. We have a district like Mbarara is not being considered to be a poor district. Busenyi is not being considered to be a poor district. Tungamu is not being considered to be a poor district. Kasese is not being considered to be a poor district. Mukono is not being considered to be a poor district. Wakiso is not being considered to be a poor district. Rukunjiri is not being considered to be a poor district. Mitoma is not being considered to be a poor district. Shema is not being considered to be a poor district. And where are these districts? They are in the western part of this country. And so according to the members of parliament on Kosase, they said that these districts that are being considered for, student loan scheme are not really poor districts. So the students who are benefiting from the Higher Education Students Financing Board, students loan, students from these districts that have been able to mention. And the members of parliament are saying that the students from these districts are not really poor. And why should they have the majority of the students benefiting from this student loans scheme right there? So officials from the Higher Education Students Financing Board, led by the Executive Director, Michael Wanyama, say that they target to have 5,000 students on loan schemes by 2026-2027 financial year if government continues to provide funds for this cause. And so currently, Higher Education Students Financing Board is supporting 3,000 students per year. So they are appearing before Kosase to respond to queries in Auditor General's report of that is 2021-2022 financial year right there. And all this is taking place at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. So we would love to commend the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, more especially the committee members belonging to Kosase, for always grilling these bodies that are responsible to see that services are really provided to the people, and also checking on the issue of corruption, more especially with government ministries, departments that we do have, and agencies. And also allow me to also appreciate very much the committee on that is public accounts, central government, and also committee on public accounts, local government. Very soon they will be able to start moving, traversing the whole countries, the whole country, moving to different districts that we do have in our country, Uganda, and trying to really investigate further why were the Auditor General able to give his opinion. There are those qualified opinion and unqualified opinion, and you know what it is about when it is qualified opinion and unqualified opinion. And so the district leaders will be grilled on those opinions that have been put by the Auditor General according to the audit reports of the financial year 2021-2022 that was released in the month of December last year by 30th. And so every year the Auditor General Office releases the Auditor General's report for the financial year. And so the one for 2022-2023 will be by December 2023 this year. And so get interested to understand what we do have in this Auditor General's report. You will find out that government of the Republic of Uganda has got a lot of money, but the money seems to be ending in the hands of few individuals who continue to enrich themselves, forgetting about the members of the public who are supposed to benefit from this particular money. Okay, away from that, let's get to that is the National Water and Sewerage Corporation. You have to know that 20 billion government debt cripples national water, and this is the cry the National Water and Sewerage Corporation is making right there. And so the National Water and Sewerage Corporation is in pain over shillings 19 billion unpaid water bills from government ministries, departments, and agencies. And so the managing director, National Water and Sewerage Corporation, Mr. Silva Mugisha, said non-payment of water bills by some customers has greatly affected the corporation's capacity to pay its suppliers of requisite operational inputs like chemicals for water treatment. And so he said the corporation relies on collected money from water bills to fund all its activities. And so Mugisha also said individuals and the private sector owe the body a total of shillings 21 billion. As a result, the corporation's operations are affected because of close to shillings 40 billion in unpaid bills right there. So he said the corporation is constrained and yet it has to deliver water across the country. And so this is the situation that National Water and Sewerage Corporation finds itself in. And so their uncollected bill, unpaid bill by government ministries, departments and agencies, and so I believe that government will be able to look into that seriously. All right, let's get to Britain's collect, that is 92 million Uganda shillings for King's coronation party. You have to know that the British Residents Association says together with their friends and sponsors, they have collected 25,000 US dollar, that is around 92 million Uganda shillings to celebrate the coronation of King Charles on Saturday. The coronation ceremony will be held at the Westminster Abbey in London. And so James Macbeth Forbes, the chairman British Residents Association, said the British community in Uganda has organized the British King's coronation party at the Kibera International School, Uganda, starting at exactly 10:30 a.m. And so he said money from the ticket sales in the fete will be combined with the balance from the party. And so to donate to, that is Kianiga Development Center in Fort Portal, to support children with different disabilities right there. And so he explained that the bash is meant to join the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth member states to commemorate the coronation of the new monarch, His Majesty King Charles III and Her Majesty Queen Consort Camilla. And so the king will be coronated over the weekend on Saturday, and so that's something that you need to know right there. DPP fears Nanduto's escape as minister mounts a sham offensive for release on bail, and the fate of bail application of the State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Agnes Nanduto, will be determined today by the magistrate who is handling her case right there. And her case is related to the Karamoja Iron Sheet saga, and the only person who is still in the cooler in regards to Karamoja Iron Sheet is only Agnes Nanduto right there. Away from that, let's get to the world of sports this morning. And for those who want to know what is happening in the world of sports, let me start with the Uganda Premier League. Which team will drop into the FUFA Big League this morning? You have to know. Let me give you the update this morning. And you have to know that with just over 3 weeks left for StarTimes Uganda Premier League season, there are still 4 teams scrapping scrapping for safety, although mathematically over 7 are unsafe in as far as relegation is really concerned. And so I have to tell you which teams are those. You have to know that there are only 6 points separating Black Powers, who occupy the second relegation slot, and UPDF, who sit 12, with the former having played 1 game last. And so Onduparaka look relegation bound, but 12 points to play for. They still have a chance if they win all their remaining games right there. And so you have to know the remaining fixtures even for Onduparaka, because they seems to be moving towards the relegation slot that we do have in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League right there. And so UPDF that sits 12 with 25 points. The Army side have been one of the most improved teams in the second round. And so remaining fixtures for UPDF, you have to know that they will be having a game on 12. They will be playing Uganda Revenue Authority. And then on 16th May, UPDF will be playing, that is Villa. And then on 19th May, UPDF will be playing Gaddafi away. And then on 27th May, UPDF will be playing Onduparaka at home. And so one of the games that Onduparaka is having on 27th will be with the UPDF. And this is something that you need to know. And the game will be at the home of the UPDF, and that is going to be at the Bombo right there. So the Busoga United is sitting at 13th position with only 23 points. And their remaining fixtures, yesterday they were able to have their game against, that is a Bright Stars. And I have been told that that game ended 1-1 draw. And then they played at home. And then on 12th, Busoga United will be having, that is Wakiso Giants at home. And then on 16th of May, Busoga United will be having Arua here, away. Then they will be having Arua Hill at Barifa. And then on 20th of May, Busoga United will be playing KCCA. And then on 27th of May, Busoga United will be taking on Vipers. And so these are remaining games for that is Busoga United. And they will be able to know their fate after concluding the games that they are remaining to play. Let us get to Black Powers. You have to know that the Black Powers yesterday had their games against that is Uganda Revenue Authority, and they will be able to have their game again on 9th of May with the Sport Club Villa. And the Black Power sits 14th on the log and with 19 points only, meaning that they are the second last in the log of the Star Times Uganda Premier League. And you have to know that on 16th they will be taking on Gaddafi, and that will be at home. And then on 20th May they will be taking on Ondoparaka at home. And then on 27th May they will be taking on Express, that will be at home. And then Ondoparaka is sitting last on the log, and I know my camera person, Dizon the Pro, is not happy at all seeing Ondoparaka leading from behind. With position 15 and also having 15 points as we do talk right now. And so the remaining fixtures for Ondoparaka is as follows. And they have a game that they will be playing on 12th May, and they will be taking on Vipers, and that will be at home at the Greenlight Stadium, Ababet, right there. And then on 16th of May, they will be getting Maroons on, and this game will also be away. They will be at the home of Maroon. And then on 20th May, they will be playing Black Powers, and that will be at home at the Greenlight Stadium, Ababet. And then on 27th May, UPDF will be taking on Ondoparaka right there at the home of the UPDF, and then that will be at Bombo right there. Let us look at the stable standing as it stands 4th May 2023. According to the table here, Sporting Club Villa is leading the table with the 46 points. KCC is second with that is 45 points. Vipers third with that is 42 points. Arua Hills SC that is fourth with 37 points. Maroon fifth with that is 36 points. Then Uganda Revenue Authority sitting sixth with that is 35 points. Bull FC is sitting seventh with 33 points. Wakiso Giants sitting eighth with that is 32 points. Soltilo Bright Stars FC sitting ninth with 32 points, and then Express FC sitting that is 10th with 30 points. Gaddafi FC sitting 11th with that is 29 points, and then UPDF FC sitting 12th with 25 points, and then Busoga United FC sitting that is 13th with 23 points. Black Powers FC sitting 14th with 20 points, and then Ondoparaka FC sitting 15th with the 15 points only. And so this is something that you need to know. And today you have to know the games played yesterday. Black Powers took on Uganda Revenue Authority, and they were able to end the game 1-1 draw right there. And then the Pilsner man of the match was given to Ivan Okello, who plays for Black Powers FC right there. And for URA, Benjamin Nyakojo was given red card in the game that was played yesterday. And you have to know that another game that was played yesterday was Arua Hill, a soccer club that took on the Express FC, and Arua Hill soccer club was able to humiliate Express FC at home here at that is Barifa. And so the goal, the game ended 4-1 draw in favor of Arua Hill Soccer Club. And so the Pilsner man of the match was given to Wahab Gaddafi, who plays for Arua Hill Soccer Club right there. So for Maroon, you have to know that the game ended 1-0 in favor of Maroon that played against Soccer Club Villa right there. So the Pilsner man of the match was given to Simon Tamale, who plays for Maroon right there. And so the Football Big League is also coming back. The 28th match day will be kicking off today, 4th of May at exactly 4 p.m. And you have to know that Shetume will be taking on Luero United FC at that is Nakisunga ground, the home of Shetume right there. Kitara FC will be taking on Soroti City FC at Kigaya Primary School Playground, and then Barara City FC will be taking on Ajumani Town Council FC at Kasheka Stadium in Barara. And then Deja University FC will be taking on Karunji FC, that is at Arena of Visions in Deja University. That is the home of Deja University FC right there. Police FC will be taking on Northern Gateway Sporting Club. That will be at Kavumba ground, the home of Police ground, and right there. And so Calvary FC, the only team that we have from from this side of West Nile, apart from the other side of West Nile, where we have Adjumani Town Council, Calvary FC, the only team in Adjumani, the only team in that is Yumbe, that is in the FUFA Big League, and they will be taking on that is Boma FC at Midigo Primary School Playground, the home of Midigo Calvary, right there side. I know Owen Fudibo will be going for this particular game, and will be able to report for us live from Midigo as the game will be going on right there that side. And then Kataka FC will be taking on Ginger North United FC, and this will be at Mbale Stadium. And then the NEC FC will be taking on Lugazi, that is at Bugolobi Coffee Ground, the home of NEC FC right there. And so this is something that you need to know. Teams that are not doing well in the FUFA Big League, we have Luero United that sits 13th in the log with only 29 points, and then Soroti City FC sitting 14th on the log with the 27 points, and then Adjumani Town Council FC seems to be in the move towards the relegation zone right there. So they are sitting 15th with only 26 points, and then Northern Gateway Sporting Club, soccer club, they are sitting 16th with only 19 points. Midigo Calvary is doing well. I can see here they are sitting 6th. On the log with only that is 39 points, and so Midigo Calvary will survive being relegated, and that means that from West Nile we will only see Midigo Calvary surviving in the FUFA Big League if all goes well. And if Adjumani Town Council will be able also to improve in their tactics, they will be able to get out of the relegation zone, joining the teams that will be remaining in the FUFA Big League. Dear viewer, you have to know that yesterday there was a game that was played for Manchester City, and I have been informed that Manchester City was able to defeat the team that they played with. And so this is something that you need to know in regards to sports that we have prepared for you this morning. And catch us each and every time, every morning from Monday through Friday in the program, the Kokoliriko Show, where I will also be able to give you social, economic and political issues, not forgetting the sport updates where you get to understand what is happening in the world of sports before the whistle time, where the Love D together with Lady Susie and Benson, they come through to make the analysis of the games that have been played and what is ahead in as far as sports is really concerned. My name is Denis Oringi. I am not a sport pundit, but my work is only to give you the updates. I do not want to dive into issues to do with analysis of the players who always play for different teams that we do have. But when it comes to supporting the local team that I played for, and I can still go back and play for, and that is a Kenya Mission Star, I can still go back and play for that particular team. But for Western Television, I am their sole defender, and so without being substituted, sometimes the zone wants to disturb my line behind, saying that he wants to play number 5, but I am still the sole number 5 for Western Television. And so very soon we shall also be able to have a corporate game where we will be taking on any organization that will be ready to play with Western Television. All is to see how we can coexist. It's about coexistence. And so it is important that we should be able to embrace sports as well. And so after here, I need to go for some jogging a bit, because I was able to stand for 1.5 hours here on set. So I need to go and relax a bit and try to make my muscle get to their position. And so you should always do jogging each and every time before starting to do something. Very soon we shall also bring in the aerobic program that before maybe I start my Kokoliriko Show, I do what we call the aerobic together with the company that we are soon going to launch for you officially as coming soon. My name is Denis Oringi. Thank you very much for being with us, and we do appreciate you very much. Have a blessed Thursday for you, and for those who are traveling, I say safe journey, and for those who are in their offices, please may you continue with the work that you are undertaking. And we pray for those in the hospitals that may the good Lord touch you as well, so that you join the rest of the persons who are always tuned to the television, more especially Western TV, as we come to you live both on satellite Zuku channel 0073 and StarTime channel 477. Have the best of your morning.